So this is a very loosely scripted response to This Is Why I Script My Videos. So this is a very loosely scripted video response to a video Marina of marinashutup made about body image. I want to preface this video by saying, one, trigger warning for anyone who is triggered by talking about body image, and also with the fact that I am a thin person who benefits from thin privilege and a white person who benefits from white privilege. I generally manage to have a very positive body image, but that was prefaced by years of self-hatred. I mean, I really hated my body, and that was amplified by the fact that my family didn't really have the money to allow me to dress in the clothes that I wanted to dress in. And by the fact that I never had people who were romantically interested in me. And that's a big one, because a lot of the ugliness that I felt was because people didn't want to be in a relationship with me. It really peaked in high school. It was sophomore year, and I was about to turn 16, and I was supposed to be dating, but no one was interested in me. And I was like, oh, it must be because I'm fat and ugly. Spoiler alert, 15-year-old me. You're not fat, and no one wanted to date you because you were really weird. That never goes away, unfortunately. You just have to live with it. So yeah, at 15, I felt completely unlovable because I felt like my body was just disgusting. I hated the way my face looked, my collarbones weren't prominent enough, my thighs were too jiggly, my fingers were too stubby. I had this little pocket of fat on my stomach that disgusted me. No one told me that those things are normal. I was taught that I should aim to look perfect. I didn't know that things like thigh gaps and prominent collarbones were about bone structure, not weight. I didn't know that your thighs are supposed to be at least a little bit jiggly. I didn't know that the pocket of fat on my stomach was really just my body protecting my internal vital organs that I need to live. Stubby fingers. My fingers aren't that stubby. Who cares anyway? They're fingers. I mean, so long as they're doing their job, they're not something to worry about. I only really managed to overcome that absolute hatred of my body because I was able to recognize that, first of all, beauty standards are completely arbitrary and total BS. And on top of that, my body is not me. Like, my body is used solely for the purpose of keeping my brain alive as it traverses the world. And so long as my body is working correctly, I won't die, and that's really the best I can ask for. And that's a hard concept to swallow, the fact that the way your body looks doesn't really matter. It's shoved down our throat from such a young age, these ideals of beauty and the romanticization of what is essentially our brain's glorified flesh suit. But if you can kind of internalize that idea that you are more than your body and that a healthy body is infinitely more important than a pretty one, you're putting yourself on the right track. On top of that, I do benefit from the fact that I am white and thin, and beauty standards these days are based off thin, white women. I mean, I'm not a woman, but I present mostly feminine, and since I'm AFAB, assigned female at birth, women's beauty standards are the ones I'm expected to meet. And though I am non-binary, I don't experience a lot of body dysphoria. It's more on a day-to-day basis of not being able to always represent the way that I want to. I don't always have that freedom. But body dysphoria is a whole conversation in and of itself, so yeah. I would really like to talk about how white privilege plays into all of this, into how people view themselves, but I don't have a second opinion to really compare it to. So I'm just gonna acknowledge that society, in all its westernization, has really come to base beauty standards off of white women, thin white women. And so you don't see a lot of positivity going towards people of color who don't really meet those beauty standards, or they end up being fetishized and not being viewed as human anymore, which is bad. Not a good thing. So I just wanted to recognize that and welcome a conversation around that, because it's something that people don't want to talk about, and it's not something that I'm really qualified to talk about. Making this gives me anxiety. Oh dear. Oh well. I also want to talk about how men suffer from negative body image, because, you know, that's a thing. But I can't really speak for them, as I'm not a man. Or a woman. I'm barely even a person, honestly. But I can throw statistics at you all day about how this percentage of men suffer from eating disorders, etc., etc., but that's not going to be as powerful or as impactful as hearing actual stories. And I don't want to intrude on that part of the conversation, so again, it's a matter of recognizing that as an issue and inviting people to join in on the conversation. I'm not perfect in loving my body, and I doubt I ever will be, because I grew up in a society where I was expected to be pretty and find a husband and have kids and then die. I was sort of taught that my worth was based on how many men were fawning over me, rather than my actual personality and whether or not I was a good person. And I still do find myself trying to be attractive. I still look in the mirror when I have no makeup on and kind of go, ugh. And honestly, filming this video with no makeup on gives me a lot of anxiety. But that's how it is. Gotta live with that. Did I cover everything that I wanted to cover? I really hope so. So, Marina, you asked for advice, and I'm not really sure that I actually have any to give. I'm not sure that anything I said even helped at all. But hopefully, sharing my experiences and sharing how I was able to come to terms with my body will give you some insight. And if you don't mind, I'd also like to invite other people to join in on the conversation and share their own views and experiences so we can really fully address just how toxic the beauty standards of the world are. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Here's to bringing video responses back to YouTube. See ya.